Anything else that you want to say? Do you want to put the world to rights or anything before I hit stop? All right. Do you want to
I was going to ask
shout
you.
out anyone?
I was going to ask you what.
Feel free to ask questions.
Yeah. What is the most surprising thing that you've discovered about business or about yourself through doing this podcast?
It's still that most people seem to like their jobs.
Yeah.
like working.
Uh-huh.
I was still more sure that most people would be like, it's working, it's boring, I hate it, just do it to get money. But yeah, people really do love their jobs, not just because they've been brainwashed or something. It's like, we enjoy doing stuff that we feel that we're good at, and other people tell us that we're good at, and that when we see the results of them, we think that they're good enough. We don't look at what we've done and go, oh, why did I do that?
Yeah.
You kind of like, that's good. That was a good use of my time. I'm happy with that.
Awesome.
And I think that's what you want it to be. Yeah. And the journey there is difficult. Because if you'd have asked me in my 20s at various jobs, that was it. I would, I'd have complaints or whatever about them. But at the same time, I would also be like, no, it's fine, And then as you get later into work, you've still got that, it's fine, like I'm not getting my fingers shredded off here or whatever. Like, the mind's not collapsing on me. But it's boring or it's unfulfilling or it's like really, it doesn't challenge you in any way. There's nothing interesting that you're ever given to do. Like, you're told to care about things that you're just like, I couldn't possibly care about this. You could not pay me enough money to care. So it's really difficult. Yeah, it was a big shock to me to find that people enjoyed their jobs. But I think it's really difficult for me to find a job that I enjoy, like something that I feel that I'm actually doing that has value, that I'm bringing some value to. So I'll work in a place, I'll do like normally around 3 to 6 months. And then I'm kind of like, what am I doing here? What are these guys doing? Like, I don't really, even if I've bought into what they're saying they are doing, are they really doing it? Am I seeing examples of that? Or am I seeing, and I'm a cynical sod as well. So it's very easy for me to quick, no. But yeah, I think that's still the most surprising thing. The other thing that's surprising, like I said, how hard it's been to get people. And you do really have to make a fuss online to get noticed, and you have to be persistent with that. And people won't remember you if you're not doing it, which is a real shame. But you can't just, the Hyde Park Picture House can rely on being the Hyde Park Picture House. Everybody knows it in the city. It's been there forever. Like, we know what it does. We know it's still there if we know about it. It will only notify a few new people of its existence. Like, it doesn't have to keep telling you that it's there and that it's open. We're aware of it. They should post what's on to try and attract people like anybody else has to. But like, if I don't post about working hours, nobody knows what working hours is. They won't remember it. Of all the other things that they have to remember, the 14 horror stories in the news that week, and then like some culture war nonsense and like whatever. That's before all the TV that you actually want to watch and see, and the movies that you want to see, and the shows you want to go to, and the bars and the eating out, and the like, so many things vying for your attention that most of us are at that point of like, I just want to sit in the chair and have things beaming at me. So yeah, it's a lot more work than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
And in different ways. And again, most of the work is with myself, of like getting the reason to do it, getting like pushing myself and going. It's that thing of like telling myself. So I was saying this episode that I haven't got out for the last 2 weeks, it's pretty much ready to go. I just need to listen to it, proof it, like literally that, and then press post. And it's getting around to proofing. It's taken me ages. And I want to listen to it because it's a good interview. But I also I don't want to post it either, because it's like I have to sit down and make that effort and nobody cares. So what's the point? It doesn't mean it cares. And, I'll do it when I'm ready and when I can be bothered. But that's me being spiteful as well, because there are listeners that do that do listen regularly, and I know what it feels like when someone doesn't post a podcast that's part of your routine.
Yeah.
You're like, where is it? Why is it? And it's like, I planned things around this, so there is a bit of spite and a bit of like sadism to it, where I'm like, oh, I want to hurt you, like. At least send me a tweet, say, where is it? And then I'll be like, oh, sorry, I'll do it. Yeah. It's a weird thing. I'm in a job where, like, for this, I'm talking to people and I want to talk to people, but I don't want to talk to people, if that makes any sense, which it probably doesn't. But yeah, I don't want to ring someone up to arrange a podcast interview. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, and I've sent you an email, and like, I feel like I've put a website up, I've put 124 episodes out, I've put countless posts out, I've built followings. I think I've done a fair amount of effort to make it understandable what I'm doing. So when I send you an email that explains what I'm doing, you shouldn't need me to ring you.
The email, but that was awesome. Actually, it's so informative. It's got everything in there that you need, and to put your mind at ease, to prepare you. I was really impressed.
Good, thank you. Yeah, I did try to think about it, because like, I've done loads of customer service and stuff, and I want to try and see it. I need to do a proper like customer journey audit from the outside and get someone to do that for me. But yeah, I want it to be a pleasant experience for the person, for the guest. I want them to come away happy, because that's all there really is, Yeah. Because if they had a good experience on the podcast and they go, do you know what? I like that. I'm going to start my own. I don't know how to do that. I'll ask Simon, and I might get some work out of it, which will help me pay for this. So that's the thinking with it. And plus, I want you to have a good time. Like I'm getting something out of you. You're sharing your life experience and so on with me, and I'm like, I'm presenting that in a way, and hopefully that benefits you. But if it doesn't, if not that many people listen to your episode or whatever, at the very minimum, I want you to have at least enjoyed the chance to talk about yourself, and kind of like, and to say what you want to say. That's the other thing that's important to me. As even if I don't publish it, if someone really needs to vent, they're just like, this thing at work has really been, if you need to get it off your chest, like, because I understand that as well. Like, I've been in workplaces and sessions and stuff where you do stuff and they're doing workplace changes, and they're kind of like, staff dealing with it. And one of the first things that they need to do a lot of the time is just vent all their frustrations and expression. And too many people stop at that. And they're kind of like, oh, well, everyone's really angry. It's like, yeah, but anger it's a short, sharp boundary response. Like, a deep-seated resentment's a different thing. But like, if they just need to get everything out, and then they can start talking about
something else.
Yeah, exactly. But people get scared at that point often, don't they? It's like, oh, someone's been angry, so let's leave it alone and close it down or move it away. So, did that answer your question in any way?
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. I have one other question, just really quick one.
Go for it.
Just because you referred to buddies and scuba diving, and I was just wondering if you dive.
Yes,
you do.
I have my dive master, but I have not been in the water for a very long time. But I would love to go again. Yeah, scuba diving is great.
It's so awesome, and I'm going this weekend just to jump in the pool and get back in the water. So in
Leeds.
It's a place called Womersley, just near Pontefract. There's a lake there. So if you ever want any contacts or ideas where to go, then let me know. I can point you in the right direction. Or if you want a buddy, I'm happy to go diving sometime.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
And what's it like that? So you in dry suits?
Yes. I learned in the UK in a wetsuit, and when it's a lot colder than this. So that's all possible. But now that I've trained in a dry suit, I'm not really going to go back. But wetsuits, not in the UK.
Have you done a dive in tropical waters yet then?
Yes, yeah. I taught, I was dive master in Thailand and in Australia as well.
Yeah.
And a couple of weeks ago I was in Mallorca diving. I've dived in Egypt, Tonga, Samoa, New Zealand, Cambodia, France. Yeah, lots of different places. I just love it so much.
I bet you've got some amazing photos.
Yeah. I'm really into underwater photography. So yeah, my favourite thing. Do you know what nudibranchs are?
No.
Oh, you have to look them at the best thing in the world. Then also people call them sea slugs, but that just makes them sound really ugly. They're so beautiful. They're stunning creatures and really teeny tiny. So you have to have a really good eye to find them. So I could miss a humpback whale going past because I'm looking at this tiny, like few millimeter long.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's been a long time, but yeah, it's good. I remember because I did it when I was traveling, so I trained basically within tropical waters. So the first time diving in non-tropical waters was a big shock.
Yeah, I bet. So where did you train?
Oh God, this is cold.
Where were you when you first dived then? The tropical?
On Magnetic Island in Australia.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then we went up and did a dive on the Barrier Reef.
Yeah.
And then a few more dives in the Philippines. That's where I did the dive master, because it was like, if we're going to pay for a whole bunch of dives, we may as well learn like some more and some more skills. So we get the dives, plus you learn more and you've got a better qualification. So it seemed to make sense to me.
Awesome.
That is when I was younger, like, so not when I was a kid, but it was about around 17, 18, like ski instructor, dive master, those were the kind of jobs that seemed really cool to me, like hanging around, being a bit of a hippie crusty sort and being like, hey, I do this and I'm really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I never thought of pursuing it really. It's like being, people that go and work in ski chalets and stuff, and it's like, I could have done that. That would be quite cool.
I totally thought about pursuing it, I travelled the world for 2 years on my own. And that's when I worked in Thailand and in Australia as a dive master. And then I thought, right, I'm going to go back to the UK, become a diving instructor. And then my life will be just travelling the world teaching people to dive. And that's what I was going to do. So I came back to the UK, trained as an instructor, and then met a guy. And and I met him when I was working in Cambridge, but he was from Leeds. So we're now married. And so ended up staying here. He wanted to be near Leeds, of course. So ended up not doing it, but still dive whenever I can.
I lived in Amsterdam for 2 years, and like I said that because there are so many people, like so many Dutch people who are married to non-Dutch nationals, sort of thing, and I'm like, that's how they expand the population in Amsterdam. And just send everyone out. Like, go marry someone and bring them back. I think Leeds does that a lot because we get everywhere. Yeah. Like I remember when I first went out traveling, and like flying out to Fiji was like first stop because we did it the wrong way around because we were daft. Why does everyone do it this way? That's nonsense. We're going to do it the other way. Oh, right. And now it makes sense. But yeah, we go out, heading out into the islands in Fiji, and walk out into the front of this boat. And there's a guy who's from London that I knew from a course that was on in Northumberland that I'd left a few years ago. And he was on his way home. Literally could have missed each other, sort of thing. It's like,
so you didn't know he was going to be there. You just bumped.
Oh no, I had no idea. He was on his honeymoon, and he was just like, he came out on the front of the boat and was like, oh, hello, like, oh, hello.
Oh, that's hilarious.
That's. But that always happens, doesn't it? Like when you go somewhere miles away, and you're like, I am probably the furthest I've ever been from anywhere here, and then someone turns up and they're like, oh, you live on the same street as me. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had it in Australia. I can't remember the name of the town. It was a small town and a tiny little hostel. I think 6 or 8 people could fit in this hostel, and there was one other person staying there. And I went and checked in, and I met this woman, and we started chatting, and she was Irish, and we got chatting, and after about an hour of chatting and talking about our lives, figured out that her ex-boyfriend was best mates with my brother. It was just, it was very, very bizarre. Yeah, so many stories like that.
Yeah.
When I went to when I went to Mallorca a couple of weeks ago, I went on a dive boat, and just a small dive boat, and the family on the dive boat was from Wetherby. And the guy who was teaching diving was from just outside Harrogate.
Yeah, we managed, when we did our dive on the Great Barrier Reef, we went around all the companies in Cairns and we were looking for, because we're newly qualified divers, and so we didn't want some brash Aussie being like, you'd be right, just whatever, I don't care, don't be soft. Not to paint all Aussies with that brush. We did get the feeling that we might be slightly dismissed by the local dive guides. And the place that we went with, we got a good vibe from there. I mean, it was Aussie company and so on. But the guy that ended up taking us was an English guy who was like, yeah, don't worry, I'll look after you. I'll go slow for you special people. It's like, just give us a bit of confidence, that's all. Like, just let us know you've got our backs.
Yeah.
And,
Also.
Yeah. Okay, I am going to stop the recording there.